Gonna be some changes made. I can't keep on doing what I've been doing these days. Better figure out something, things are looking great. There gonna be some changes made.
Our next speaker is Congresswoman Melissa Bean. Melissa?
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Speaker Madigan, to my colleagues who are speaking today from the Illinois delegation, to all of our delegates, all the other elected officials, to AFSCME, who I know is hosting today, also to the Association of American Railroads. Thank you as well today. Many of you know we talked about infrastructure earlier, and you mentioned how important it is, and I certainly believe that our infrastructure is important to our competitiveness. So I do appreciate, given my recent opposition to the EJ&E acquisition by CN, that they still let me eat, but I think I'm the reason we didn't get eggs this morning. So, you know, I'll take credit for that. This is actually my first convention. How many of you are here for the first time? All right. I don't know about you, but I've just found this week so far already extremely inspiring, particularly last night watching Barack and Michelle's little girls and watching them on those stage saying, "Hi, Daddy," and trying to talk to him and realizing he couldn't quite see them, but he could hear them. And I think it just touched all of our hearts. And to hear her tell her story, so many of us have had the pleasure and the honor of working with both Barack and Michelle, and we've gotten to know their story, and we understand how well they represent the American dream. But it was really nice for all of America, and probably well beyond America, was watching last night to hear a little bit more from her on that level. I guess what I want to just mention, many of you know this is my 4th year in the Congress. This is my 2nd term, and I'll be up for re-elect as well. But I felt that when I was re-elected in the last cycle, I thanked my constituency, and I felt that people in the 8th District chose ideas over ideology, and they looked at an agenda that was focused on performance over partisanship. And I think as we move forward this week, our nation is going to be thinking about the pending elections in November, and they're going to be making those same kind of choices, both for president and for some of the great congressional candidates we have, some of whom you've met today, but please join me in acknowledging what great candidates we have, as we've been really expanding in the suburbs. You know, when I went out to the suburbs, it was a little unique, but my colleague Bill Foster followed me in Speaker Hastert's seat. That was a pretty exciting upset. And with all our great candidates, I think we're going to see some more. You know, I mentioned that this was my first convention, but it's also the first time, probably the only time, that I could say that a friend and colleague of mine is a likely next president of the United States. And how cool is that, that we know Barack Obama? It's very exciting, and I think it's not just that he's our friend, but that he engages us, he engages our nation and the world. He inspires us, and he asks us to step up. It's a call to action, to be our better selves as individuals and as a nation. And I think his "Yes, we can" slogan is so American. It's that can-do spirit, particularly for us in Illinois, you know, that we grew up with, that work ethic that's so important, and we believe in it. And he wants to reward hard work, and I think the country is going to give an opportunity to him so that he can enable so many Americans, particularly the youngest generation who's so inspired by him, to reach for their dreams. I think it's also important that his "Yes, we can" message isn't just for families, but it's also for businesses, including our small businesses, which are a big part of our stimulative engine. And I think I'm excited to see him want to invest in education, want to invest in infrastructure and rebuild our roads and our bridges, which will not only create a lot of jobs, but allows us to really compete on that global stage that we're playing in. He's also talking about investing in energy and working across the aisle to really find common sense solutions to move us forward and fuel our growth. That's all exciting for me. I know it's all exciting for many of you. I hope you all enjoy the entire week. Thanks so much.